basically what it was about. So I told Freddie, I asked him who this guy was, and he said, well, he's just an undocumented alien living in a place called Framingham, Massachusetts. I vaguely knew that was a suburb of Boston. But I told him that if it turns out that he's who you think he is, then he's going to need political asylum in the United States, and I will volunteer to do that. I do a lot of political asylum cases. So about 6 weeks later, Freddie called me up and he said, my gosh, with a DNA test we performed on this guy, determined that he is the biological son of a 70-year-old Guatemalan whose family he thought was totally wiped out. His wife and 9 children. Turns out only 8 of the children were killed, and this boy was kidnapped as a 3-year-old by a Guatemalan lieutenant. And I confirmed that I was prepared to represent the guy, and a few days later drove up to Framingham and I met Freddie and his family. Oscar. I already knew Freddie. I met Oscar, and we embarked on this effort to get him political asylum, which is still pending. We submitted the application. We had an interview on June 21, and we're waiting to hear from the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. The result, we're very optimistic and expect him to get political asylum. Meanwhile, I learned that the State Department and the Justice Department and Homeland Security are investigating cases of Caidiles, which was the unit of the Guatemalan military that was responsible for this massacre, who have gotten into the United States, some having applied for citizenship, and identifying those people. Several have been extradited to Guatemala. There's a case pending involving another ex-Caidiles who fled to Canada rather than face proceedings in the United States, which is still pending. And the Guatemalan courts have done a remarkable job of prosecuting 5 cases of Caidiles who've been convicted of involvement in this murder. I'm going to let the others tell those stories in more detail, but that's why I'm here today. I want to turn it over to, I think it would be better if we proceeded with a little, you don't want to start with the background? So let's go to Freddie and talk about the Guatemalan Forensic Anthropology Foundation and how you discovered Oscar.
Thank you, Scott. Well, in reality, the foundation becomes involved in this case only through the incredible investigation that lasted